Yo, what up? What up? What up? Hey, I will say welcome to another episode of the Dribble, but I'll say welcome back to the Dribble after our little hiatus of being gone. What's up, fellas?
Chilling, man.
What's going on?
Everybody good?
I'm great, man. Happy to be back. I'm ready.
All right. So we got Charles G, the producer. We got Mr. Coach Tap Brooks.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back.
And we got Mr. Hype South. Big Waste. What's up, Waste?
What up, man? What's going on?
Hey man, it's all good, man. It's good to see y'all fellas.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Got the band back together.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoying a Sunday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolution.
Hey, it's been a lot going on, man. Well, before we get to that, man, everybody good, everybody family good, everybody making it happen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mine's still crazy. I don't know what they still at it. So
Hey,
you might hear them. And you might hear them right here in a few minutes. Yeah, they something crazy.
that's one of them things. If everything is crazy, everything is normal.
Yeah, everything normal.
Yeah, good. Hey, so where y'all want to jump in at, man? It's a lot of stuff been going on, man. A lot of things out there, a lot of good basketball being played, a lot of positive things going on, a lot of BS going on. Where y'all want to jump in at?
Well, let's first tackle the heart of
Georgia.
Heart of Georgia, yes.
Georgia.
Wasting joined the first event. Let's tackle that first.
Man, so that event was in April, and we still hearing things from that event.
Yeah. Let Wasting do a recap, man, and
Okay. Nah, man. Pretty good turnout, participation for the first one. We did 4th through 8th grade. You know, good, man. Gonna probably expand it a little bit next year. Talking about some stuff now. I might add a girls one to it. But you know, with me, man, I just like to move strategic. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to just throw nothing and just do it. I could have came right behind and did something, but I didn't think it would have been right. You know, I like to put a lot of planning and thought, and you know, I'm all about presentation and putting out quality. Quality over quantity any day for me. So I don't feel like it's gonna be quality, then I sit it out. That's it, man. But I think as far as you know, the event, I think it went well. I had 90% of all the local teams from Middle Georgia area. I probably missed, you know, 1 or 2 here and there. You know, which is typical. Had some from out of town, Savannah, Augusta area, Metro Atlanta, Milledgeville, Putnam County area, Macon, Warner Robins, of course. Milledgeville, I mean, just all surrounding counties, man. Hit a lot of corners of the state. And I feel like it's gonna grow. You know, coverage was on point, man. We had people on every court videoing and photography and all that kind of stuff. So I thought it was good, man. I thought it was good.
Yeah, coverage was elite.
Yeah.
Coverage was elite. Coverage during and post coverage was elite. You gave a breakdown of every team, spotlighted a whole lot of kids, put some kids on people's radar. So yeah, that was elite, man. Also considering, what's up, Miss Deborah?
What's up, Miss Deborah?
Miss Deborah.
Also considering there was another tournament going on down here at the same time, and you didn't hear anything about that tournament. All right. So,
Well, you did, but I mean,
what's up, Coach?
Oh,
Coach, what up?
Q.
Hey, Mr. Bibb County Coach of the Year on the
Sir.
male side.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Congratulations, Coach.
Congrats, Coach.
So the other tournament going on, man, it's been a tournament that I kind of collaborated with them guys on in the past, as far as helping them get teams and coverage and stuff like that. Try to just help them get it off the ground. So, you know, I know the dudes, man. You know, they're okay. I tried to stagger the event so that it wouldn't be going on the same week, but
Right.
we couldn't get it done because of whatever reasons. So we had to go with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to them guys, man. You know, I helped them out, and I will continue to if they need me. But at the same time, you know, we building on this end. So
100%.
Yep.
100%. What's that face for, bro?
Anyway,
but no. So I guess wait. Let me ask this: what actually putting that tournament together and being on that grind, right? So you've been on that side before, but actually having that much hands on and responsibilities and all those things. What were some of your takeaways?
Well, I've done some high school stuff and some individual stuff. First time doing a track on event, so
right.
So I you know, Sean worked real close with me, man. Shout out to Sean, man. Sean Williams on the radar. Man, he's a professional, man. You know what I'm saying? He been doing it for a minute in his show. So he showed me a lot about the behind the scenes stuff. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So I learned a lot as far as that goes, the ins and outs of, you know, putting together a quality staff, things like that, making sure, you know, all the teams are kind of accommodated in certain ways to make it go smoothly. There's just a lot of things behind the scene that you don't even think about, you know, on the outside looking in. So, which is another reason why I held off on doing something else, because like I said, had people coming right after it. You know, you're gonna do the girls, you're gonna do another one, da 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 da. And like I said, I could have did it, but you know, I that went in the plans originally, so I wasn't just gonna throw nothing together. But we will have more events next year, and I think it's just gonna be on the rise from here.
Yeah, 100%. What's up, Bruce?
well,
Bruce.
what never mind.
Go ahead, Tack. What you got?
No, Oh, that last part. What you said? That last part. I ain't hear you.
About putting more events together.
Yeah, you said it was what now?
I just
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I was gonna be putting some more together, man, and
Yeah.
keep growing.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Nah. So again, it nothing but great feedback.
Yes, sir.
Well ran, put together, good competition. And again, like I said, the exposure aspect of it and the post tournament exposure or follow up to all of that, man, was great. So all good, man.
So Wes, I do got a question for you, man. You know, we all coach on here. We see maybe you can kind of give us some insight on what's going on with the girls. Like I see all the posts and stuff like that. Have you seen anything? Anybody you want to keep tabs on? What's happening with the girls as far as travel ball? Anything? Any updates? Anything you want to share?
So I was kind of I've been sticking my head in a couple of places. So you mean like local girls?
Local girl, yeah, Middle Georgia.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we got a good 2027 and 2028 class, just in general, not just in the Middle Georgia area. There are some talented girls coming up. I mean, like Putnam County got some girls down there. Baldwin, they like I said, they stay loaded with young talent. That's why they always so consistently good. Around in the Macon area, we got a couple girls who will be, spread out throughout some schools and stuff like that. But the names and stuff in particular is just, the same names. I'm always tweeting about it and saying that a couple new faces will be, you'll start to see a rotation and stuff like that, especially with June starting tomorrow with the high school, and I get a chance to get out and see some of with their high schools during the live period, and some play dates and stuff like that. I'll get a chance to put my eyes on and kind of introduce some new girls, because we lost a talented 2024 class. But man, it don't stop, man. It's some good talent, man. Good up and coming talent, and names will start to fly. So just stay tuned.
So wait, I see you're playing in the pro movement. Is it a showcase? Is it what is it?
It's like a high school event. Team
Okay.
camp. It's a 1-day thing. It's not necessarily live, but I think live for like the NCAA Division One. I don't think they can be there, but
Right.
I think like some NAIAs and stuff like that may peek their head in there, and just just an extra opportunity to for girls to be seen, and that's why we be real strategic at Central anyway about where we go.
Yeah.
We don't just go to stuff just because it's a name or for a vacation. Everything is business, and it's done for a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, we got it's. I think everybody guaranteed 2 games. He got some real good teams, and they dropped the list yesterday. So we playing against Campbell and Pope, 2 teams in higher classifications. It'll be some good experience for the young girls coming. They'll get a chance to get out there and kind of mix up and feel what it's like to play against some good quality teams with maybe some more experienced players.
Yeah. So wait, we got a question for you, but before we jump to that question, just to kind of follow up on that, just in I guess is your thoughts or your opinion on what June is for, right? So of course you want to be competitive and all of those things, but what are you guys going to June looking at and hoping to come out with?
Well, it varies from year to year for me. Well, for us at Central, because the identity of the team changes every year. So like last year, we went to more exposure stuff, camp wise, because we had 6 seniors who were all pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And they were going to their last year, so recruitment was really a point of emphasis. And I think y'all seen the signing day,
Right.
kind of paid off. So last year was more like,
Congratulations to all those young ladies.
yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it. So last year was more like, look, all the coaches we got together, like, hey, let's go to these camps and try to put them in people, and it worked. And so this year the approach is more. We got a lot of new faces. A couple of girls that got some experience last year, but they still 2027, stuff like that.
Right.
So it's more like we're gonna put them in 1 or 2 camps. Definitely live period. But for the most part, it'll be more teaching and control stuff, control scrimmages, maybe play dates and stuff like that. Not as many camps, because we want to kind of slow it down and kind of start to introduce them to like the system.
Right.
So for us, it just varies year to year in June. But in June, we expect them to be there with us, with the high school.
Right.
Where else? You know what I'm saying? Now, for the hours that we're there and the days that we got things planned, we need you there. Now, when off hours, when you're not with us, go train, practice, but that's it. When it's time to be with us, we want you with us for that June, and that's really our that's kind of like non-negotiable with us.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Let's get to this question.
So we got a question for you, Wace.
They want Jonathan Perkins wants to know your opinion about some ex NBA players saying AAU is too much for the kids. So
Uh,
actually,
I just think it depends on how it's being presented. The programs, how their approach to it. I think it's too much in the terms of playing for 3 and 4 and 5 different teams and playing, you know, 4 and 5 and plus games a day and every other weekend. And I think that's when it becomes too much. I think for me, what's always worked for me and what I've seen work and not work as far as me on the outside looking in with other programs, stability, program oriented, not team oriented. So like, get with a good program that teaches, plays in quality events, and kind of spread the playing out. You know what I'm saying? It's good to get reps in, but all reps ain't good reps. Not in my opinion. So it begins to be too much when you have kids all over the place picking up bad habits, because they'll bring that stuff over with not just to their high school. I just think in life. I think it shows them, how to. I think you'll see, if you were to follow it closely, you'll see a kid that played for 4 or 5 AAU teams go to 3 or 4 high schools.
Mm-hmm.
And then that same kid will be jumping job to job when they get out in the workforce or whatever. Just would never be stable because that's, in my opinion, what they were taught at a young age. So that's when it becomes too much, man. I saw today, I saw a kid play on a team today and playing against the other team, and they lost to the other team. And directly after the game, the kid got a jersey from the other team and put it on and went and played with them. Stuff like that. Now that's too much for me. Now you play against the team you just played against that beat you, and then you put the jersey on. But I don't think that's good. But each his own on that. That's just my opinion. I don't think that's good for the game.
But what is that showing the other kids on the team that's coming off the bench that whose minutes finna get took because that player was I guess one of the best players on the other team, and now she's got a jersey soon after losing, and he or whoever playing on the same team on the team that you just lost to.
Right.
No, what is that? What is coach as a coach? Why? I mean, I don't know, man. It's
so
I think
no integrity, man.
I think the lines get blurred. Everybody has these teams and these brands and stuff like that. So a lot of times it get to be let's push the brand, not the kid. So when it gets to that, you want to win at all costs. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden, to me, it's not about the kids or the development or none of that stuff anymore. It's all about the brand and the organization. Then that's my take when I see stuff like that, and that's something I never be willing to do with anything that I'm a part of. Not me.
No,
so
no.
I'm gonna give my take on it as well. A lot of ex NBA players when they were coming through AAU was much different, right? So there weren't as many AAU teams, right? So
Right.
to make that team, you had to be considered an elite in whatever position or whatever it is, right? You were considered one of the best in your region, your state, or whatever the case may be. Now there's anybody can have a travel ball team. So I think that plays a lot into what they're saying. AAU has become too much because there's opportunity for a kid or a parent to take their kid to. I don't like this team. I don't like what's going on over here, so I'm taking him or her over here. I'm gonna take him or her over here. I think some of that does hurt. To waste your point, you start to see that's when it becomes too much. But if you get with a quality program that's playing in quality events and got the goal and has a standard and not bending on those, you better stick with it. 'Cause, a
No,
lot of
Man, what?
The thing too, it's a big difference between AAU and travel ball as well. So travel ball is not as monitored. So you can do things like that. AAU back in the day, I'm not sure how AAU works now, but back in the days, they were real. They put heavy emphasis on birth certificates and
They still do.
stuff like
Real
that.
stringent, yeah.
That's why a lot of people don't go AAU. They go, travel ball because they know they can just get a player off the other team in the middle of the day and stuff like that. It ain't, it's just about running the event, not necessarily monitoring the rules and stuff like that. So I mean, it is what it is, but each his own. But I don't see who it helps other than the organization or the brand. I don't see how it help a kid. Personally, that's me. And I'm just, I'm big on integrity, man. Like, I'm not gonna play a kid who just signed a college scholarship and who just graduated in a junior varsity bracket. I'm just not like, I don't see who that's helping.
And a junior varsity bracket?
Yeah. I saw something. I mean, I saw, signed a scholarship, graduated and played in 10th and 11th, upcoming rising 10th, rising 11th graders. But hey, they got the win. Maybe they got the trophy, but I don't know how it helped that college signee. I don't know how it helped that college signee at all.
Especially divisions when it's actually high school divisions.
Well, they was in the high school division, but they were playing like
JV.
That's what I'm saying. But there's a higher level you could actually play. But let's not forget, or more importantly, like you said, the person just graduated and also has a letter of intent to go play somewhere else.
Right, yeah.
So in other words, instead of playing 17U, they're playing 16U.
Right.
I think the way it was, I think they were playing every U. They were just playing whoever was in front of them. But
Lord. I'm just kind of glad we don't.
Ain't nothing my child. But
hey, so does that go back to? Does that go back to? I guess wins over development.
Yeah. Oh, it absolutely was about the trophies or the hardware or the ring or the pick. It absolutely about that. Only thing it could be about, because if it wasn't, you would have those smaller girls over there, have them out there and developing them. But they just sat or whatever. So I mean, each his own. One thing about it, it's gonna be you can. Let me tell you one thing about trophies, and you can. There's so many events going on with so many different people. You can always find you one and get you some hardware. Hardware won't never be hard to find. Because I mean you can just pick them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But where I start to measure success is not hardware. I mean you can go somewhere and go 0-4 or 4-0 or whatever the case, or 2-2. But if that kid or kids starts to get noticed, and start to get chances with free opportunity to go get a free education, then to me you won. That's just me, man. That's just me.
Well, speaking of which, we had that happen. Well, I know we had that happen because we went 0-4, got smoked, got beat by 30, and Malik picks up what I was in Georgia State and had one of the worst games of the tournament.
At 8 o'clock in the morning.
At 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So it ain't about wins and losses, man.
So Tex, I'm gonna start. So somebody might ask you to that. Somebody might ask you exactly what you just said. Well, if y'all got beat by 30 and he had one of the worst games, how did the offer come about?
Offer came about because they ain't looking, they weren't looking for him to score. They looking at all the other intangibles. They're recruiting the other intangibles. They know he can score. They didn't see tournaments before where he just scored 30, 20, or whatever. They want to see the other intent. They want to see how he was when he struggles. Did he pout? Did he not look his coach in the eyes when he's talking to him? Did he mouth off at the referees when his shot went going down and he think he got fouled? They recruit all the other they recruited the other intangibles. And now that came from Jonas Hayes himself, who extended the offer to him.
Yeah, so that just goes back to being in the right place. Being in the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you play matters.
It really does, man. It really does.
Where and I don't think, I mean, it's cliche to say now, but relationships matter, but relationships really matter.
Oh, especially now.
Yeah.
Especially now with
Transfer
every day is some new rules and new stipulations being put out by the NCAA.
Yes.
Relationships matter now more than they did 5 years ago.
Well, and I think this too, man. My to basic point, it does matter. So as a player, as a parent, as a coach, you have to be more strategic about what opportunity you present your child, right, or your player. Like I can't afford to, depending on what year they're in, you really can't afford to take them to every camp that's happening, and there's no opportunity there, right? Because you gotta at some point you're gonna have to start being strategic about it.
Yeah.
So
And
I don't.
and the days of the particularly the Division I stuff, you still gonna be able to get high school kids, that have the opportunities. But now it's gonna be more than ever. You're gonna have to start low and play your way up.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to, whereas 5 years ago you might have got a low major Division I offer to whatever conference. Now you may have to go to a D2 or NAIA and average 25 and win whatever freshman of the year and stuff like that, and then go into the portal because they recruit the portal first, and everything else after that. So it's like recruiting, college to college. And if it ain't the portal, it's these semi-pro, like overtime elite type stuff.
Right.
So I mean, high school kids, man, they are recruiting is different.
100%.
Hey, what's up, Scott? Scott just said, "What's up?" Wait, I know you remember him, don't you? St. Cyr.
Who's that?
St. Cyr left played point guard for us, left-handed.
Oh yeah. I got
Yeah. That's Scott right there.
Okay. What's up, man?
What up, Scott? Scott, hey, Scott, one of the baddest point guards, boy, to come through Warner Robins High School, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was. Now that joke was tough.
Hey, Charles, put that last comment up.
So are the AAU coaches more of a brand than the kid? That's what it sounds like.
Some believe it.
Yeah, some. I mean, you got some AAU coaches that are more brand than the kid. Yeah, you got some trainers that are more brand than the kid. I mean, you name it.
Yeah. You the brand is the brand, but at the end of the day, I think it should be kid first, brand second.
Yep.
There it is.
And I think that way, I think they can work hand in hand if you do it that way. I don't know, man. I'm gonna always be about trying to have the best interest of the kid first. You know what I'm saying? That's me.
So I would say your brand as a coach or organization, you want your brand to be known for helping kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to have relationships. You want to be consistent. So if you are, as a coach, are quote unquote a brand, it's a brand known as helping kids get to the next level.
Right.
Not a self-promoting brand, not a I'm all of this and all of these things, all up in the videos. What my man Shug said, you know what I mean? Dancing in the background. Nah, I would think you would want the coach for who your child is playing with to be a brand that's known for helping kids and has relationships that can help kids.
Sound like Suge knew something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
He did.
So like you can't, everybody ain't gonna be for everybody.
Right.
Everything be for everything. So back when I first started to like do the promoting and the media and the coverage and stuff like that, you always wanted to I found myself always wanting it more for the kids than some of them, and parents more than they wanted for themselves. So, I would get caught up in like damn, why they won't do it, or why they, but now it's more like just pick your battle wisely. You just you put a product out there, and you put it out there in front for everybody, and whoever grabs it, whoever don't, and that's okay. But it's more like just keep going and keep, don't look at other things that you have no control over.
Right.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, congratulations to Jay Johnson, Cameron Perkins, all 6 of the Lady Chargers signing their letters of intent to continue their basketball careers. The six lady Chargers. How many ways to go to Albany?
3 of them going to Albany. They were signed to
Talladega, right?
Talladega. Yeah, the coach got the job at Albany State, and she decided, she wanted to bring those 3 with her, and so it was a move up, from NAIA to D2. So
D2.
yeah.
So congratulations to all of them, man. And like I say, Cam and Jay, Coach Garman, once again moving 2 of them along. Congratulations to him.
Mm-hmm.
Coach
Harnett had how many?
Coach Harnett has 2, I want to say, right?
Yeah, 2.
Daniel and
Tobias.
Man,
Tobias.
I'm gonna have some probably before the week out. I have some like some, not necessarily a recap, but some coverage on all of the Middle Georgia kids that signed. So, I know some go late and stuff like that. So I was trying to give it a minute, but
yeah,
man, it's so Baldwin had some boys and girls.
Yeah.
But veterans had some girls and stuff like that. So
right.
I got it all. I got it all in my database. All I need to do is hit send on it. So it'll be out for the week out. Because you get the name, and boy, you're gonna forget somebody.
And that's the thing, right? You're gonna forget somebody. I gotta shout my man out at Jones County. He just going to Central Georgia Tech.
Jones.
Caden Douglas. Caden Douglas.
Congratulations to him.
Congratulations to Kate. Yes.
Yeah.
I see Jalil going to Middle Georgia Prep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So hopefully Devin will be on the board here in a little bit. Still working on him.
Yes.
So he's coming. So shout out to all those kids, man, that are going and furthering their basketball careers, man.
Yep.
Proud of them. Proud of them all.
Listen, just know if we didn't say your name, we ain't miss you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna shout you out on Hype South, the brand.
What's that?
But the kids will be highlighted and applauded for their opportunities and accomplishments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blame our mind, not our heart.
Well, if I missed them and didn't name, still congratulations. If you're mad, all right. I mean, still congratulations to them.
Right.
So congratulations to them, and if you mad, then that's on you. But yeah, other than that though, man,
So
everything. Go ahead, Charles. I'm listening.
So I was going to ask Wasey. So I had seen a comment. I think it was on the book. It was just about putting kids in the right place. I think it was a post you put out. Just putting kids in the right place. A lot of the parents may not be understanding it and just think, "Hey, go play basketball, and somebody gonna see you. But if you're not in the right place in front of the right people, those eyes aren't there, then it's gonna be very difficult for 'em.
Yeah, I think I don't know if you stepped away when I was saying this. That's kind of a battle that it's like beating a dead horse. So I don't fight that battle no more. I just put something out there, present it, and then who get it, and who don't. One of them kind of things. I don't even try to figure it out no more. I don't really care if they, I just each his own. And I always say, bleed your eyes, not your ears, when it comes to production. When it comes to production and what somebody producing, and I say, bleed your eyes, don't bleed your ears. So they see it. It's just, sometimes they want to go another route. See if that works. So
Gotcha.
yep.
It's a lot of bad advice being given.
Well, yeah, and I say that for travel ball or AAU and high school. I think it's happening in
It's a lot of bad advice being given. It's a lot of people trying to me, it's a lot of people trying to make their name or make their brand on something. And in the midst of you trying to establish yourself, you're hurting kids. That's just my thoughts.
Well, I mean, I don't think they hurting the kids. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't hurting the kids because the parents is the one that's taking the advice and running along with it.
So and I agree with you, right? And I agree with you. And I'm a be not sympathetic to the parents, but some parents don't know no better, right? So I would say, as a parent, and if you have a child in this process or going through this process, you have to do research.
Bro,
You have to do research. It's now sometimes you've been told over and over and over and over again, and you still want to try to take the shiny side of the penny and go that way when you got to go through this process. But some parents don't know.
man, listen. If I know my child, if I supposedly know about the NCAA live period, all this, that, and the other, and somebody's telling me this, and I go to a tournament and there ain't 14 in it during the live period. Come on, man. No. Well, no. Mm-mm. No.
I mean,
No. we can't do that. We can't continue to do that. So if you continue to do that, then that's on you. And
yeah,
it ain't the person that's giving the advice, because he's gonna give the advice for whatever reason. But if the parents say they continue to take it, then that's them. That is totally on them. Because they got to go home and talk about it when they're eating dinner. So they had the dinner table with it.
4 teams and no coaches.
no coaches. Yes.
See, I mean, hello.
Hey.
So somebody got a trophy though.
Yeah, but I mean, man, please.
Somebody got
In the words of the great shift leader, there's a thin line between fries and shakes. So
somebody got a trophy out of it, and
hey man, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm like Wasey on this though. I'm like Wasey on this. I can't I ain't gonna continue to keep saying anything either. I mean, like I said, we got our own stuff to run and continue to do what we've been doing to be successful. And like I said, they don't want to listen, man. Just, I mean, ain't nothing we can do about it, man.
Hey, let me shout out Miss Lee, man. What's up,
Miss Jan?
Man, she take care of me. She take care of me at the job, man.
Man, that's my auntie. But yeah, man. So hey, man, ain't nothing we can do. Just keep, like I say, keep grinding, keep doing what we're doing, and just keep on keeping on.
Yeah, and it's June, man, and hopefully these kids or with their high school doing what they're supposed to do and taking advantage. If you're not, then you should be. This is
And
a
and it's no lie, and it's no travel ball AAU live period during the month of June. None.
Ain't nothing going on for high.
None. It's none. 8th grade, 7th grade, 9th, 10th, 11th. It's no live period for nobody. Travel ball or AAU. All this is high school stuff. Go ahead, what you saying?
No, I'm just
Yeah, it's no such thing, man. And let them kids go to their high school. You ought to be happy that if you got an up and coming 9th grader, that's a coach, their high school coach want them to come to their high school and play.
That's it.
They, that's an invite.
That's an invite. That ain't just everybody go.
Yeah, let them kids go, man. The month of June. Now, if you want to be technical with me, I'm old school. I think the month of June is for basketball only. Football, no. Basketball only. For me, now that's just me. And that's the way Coach Malone ran it back then. And that's just me. I don't think that if they basketball players, I don't think they need to go play football in the month of June. If they play basketball, they need to be playing basketball. That's the way I look at it.
I know. I would say this to whoever the athlete is when it comes to the football, basketball thing, the high school age. Go to whichever one you prioritize. So meaning when I say that, if you know football is your thing, go with football. If basketball your thing or that's what you want to do, go with basketball. But just know with either one, whichever one you choose, you're gonna be behind in the other one as far as pecking order. You know, kind of the coaches, they're gonna observe that or whatever. But if you're a two-sport athlete, choose whichever one you prioritize, whichever one you think is you. That's what I think.
And I'm totally different. If you play basketball, the month of June, you need to be playing basketball. If you get the other 11 months to play football,
I get.
I mean, they don't know. They don't.
But what if he played basketball, but he's a 5-star quarterback, and they have a quarterback camp for that stuff?
See, Marquez Callaway was a 4-star. He did it.
He did no football.
Not in the month of June.
Okay. I don't know.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I mean, that's the way I look at it. But I mean, everybody. I mean, Willie Reed.
But let me ask you this: was a lot of this stuff that they doing now, as far as football, was that going on when they were playing like the 7-on-7s and all these different? I see so much different stuff they doing now that I didn't see then.
They still. It wasn't so much of a 7-on-7, but they were still doing football activities the same way.
Okay.
Back then, and before, and like I say, before Marquez, Willie Reed did it.
Gotcha.
So whole month of June, we end up. I think we used to go to Florida State back then. Whole month of June was basketball. So I mean,
I can't speak for all high school, but I think it'll be okay to shut football down for a month and let these kids choose, right? Because if they play basketball and they play a dual sport, but basketball their main sport, a lot of schools won't even allow them to do anything football related, right? Or if they decide they don't want to play football no more, they can't even play basketball until football season ends if they decide to quit football. So I think they should be. I don't think there should be any football. If you're a dual sport, there shouldn't even be to your point, Tat. There shouldn't even be a conversation.
not in the month, not in the month of June.
Yeah,
The month of June is basketball. Basketball. I understand, and trust me, I 100% understand it. I really do. But that's just my opinion.
Right.
And I mean that's just, it is what it is. That's my opinion.
But here's the thing, to your point, football is 11 months, right? If a basketball coach,
no. football is 12 months because you go to football in the month of June.
But what I'm saying is, if a basketball coach dare to do anything in the gym, oh my God, he's doing stuff too early, or she's doing stuff too early.
Right.
Basketball don't get the same. Basketball don't get the same whatever that football does. It's an actual 1 month. It's not far fetched.
Right.
My opinion. Or remove the restraints with basketball and let those kids, if they straight basketball, let them go be with their basketball team. Open the gym up.
I don't know, but all I know is the month of June need to be dedicated strictly for basketball. Period. That's just me though. But I mean, it'll never happen. But
June, I know it used to be basketball month. Football was done too, but it didn't override basketball time.
Because I think a lot of people do like 2-a-days, right? So down here, I think, well, not 2-a-days, but football in the morning and then basketball in the afternoon as well.
Yes, 2 days. But I think basically a lot of that 707 has caught legs and caught wind.
100%.
And
they're going to colleges
to do 707 camps.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, man, y'all taking over the whole year.
Well, back to Wasey's point again, prioritize, right? At that point, what we've been given is what we've been given, right? So prioritize. So if you think your ticket is on the football side, go do your football stuff, right?
This is a message for GA.
Better off on the basketball side, then you know what I'm saying?
This is a message for GHSA. Fix y'all shit.
Damn, Charles. I mean, I know we've been gone for a while, but
damn, Charles. All right. Hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
What's that? The FCAA?
Yeah, that's Charles D. Now that man crazy.
When they block you, like what do Facebook do when they put you in jail?
Who gonna block me?
No, when they put you in the jail, what's the jail thing?
Who gonna stop me?
All right, let's tell you out there, play. That's my thoughts.
Yeah,
but football is taking on a whole different meaning. You know
I mean, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it because everybody has to work on the craft. But I just think when it comes to the month of June,
if you're a lineman, I guess you can go to basketball because they ain't in 7-on-7, right?
Nah, but they still lifting and everything else. But all I'm saying is I'm just talking about the month of June. I just think that the month of June is like waiting to Wace's point.
What's up, AJ?
What's up? Hey, AJ, you on your boy on his mama, but no, I told y'all he'll show up sometime. But yeah, man, it's just it is what it is though. That's just my opinion though.
Well, we got what we got. The KP point. Got to figure it out. Some schools may have that agreement, some won't. Some each is gonna be different.
Yeah. So man, talk about your travel season, man. Kenny, y'all been rolling.
Hey, we've had a pretty successful, productive, I guess, travel season, right? Been very competitive, playing some good basketball, as well as, and more importantly, the boys are growing and developing, right? So we're at year 3, I think.
Mm-hmm.
This is year 3 or year 4. I want to say year 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've been able to. Year 1 was kind of a lot more structure, and we've been able to kind of let the reins loose a little bit and let the guys actually play because they don't play outside of themselves, if that makes sense, right? So they understand the concepts, they understand what we're trying to do, but now we can we've started being able to expand different roles for the different players, right? Because they understand what the overall scheme, the overall what we're trying to get accomplished. But within all of that, they have a little bit more freedom to not go crazy, but to develop their game, right? So now maybe I'm taking more jumpers than I was taking before. Maybe I'm handling the ball a little bit more than what I was handling before. Maybe I'm starting to break. Maybe you see what I mean? And even from a standpoint for me to now, I'm calling less plays and kind of letting them figure it out. Right? Well, you see what defense they're playing. What plays do we have to go with that defense? And now you guys call it, or you see a mismatch or something along those lines. So it's been an enjoyable season with them, growing with them, seeing them grow, and I think becoming a better coach as well because of that. So it's been exciting, man, and they've been recognized for their hard work.
Mm-hmm.
So when you can get recognized for your hard work, recognized for your development, that's all great stuff. Speaking of that, yesterday, so shout out to Chris Watkins, went up to the Southern Hoops Report camp. We had 10 overall from the organization up there, but 3 of that 10 was from my group, right? So 2028s that went up there and actually performed well and got recognized from going up there and performing well. So those are all the things that's kind of like checking the boxes, right, to ensure that we're moving on the right track. So I was excited about that yesterday.
Well, and to piggyback on what you're saying, and I think Wace alluded to earlier about the success of what each organization does.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what you guys are doing is y'all are setting the table for the next group.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got Cam and Jay and them guys. Them guys they're leaving now.
Right.
Now you got Cam. Now you got your Cam and Malik and all of them, which is the 25 and the 26 group. Justin Hill and all of those kids now setting the table for Juju and my bad, Jarvis Williams, aka Juju on bench. But anyway, Boogie and then on down to Trey and all of those, Gavin and all of those kids, that are coming up. So I think it's good. Dr. Love, what up, brother?
Dr. Love, what's up, man?
I think it's good for them to get in front of those eyes.
Yeah.
So when it's their time, they already know.
Yeah. And again, man, I just go back to seeing the growth within the boys, right? Seeing the growth within them. It's cliche to say a band of brothers and all that type of stuff, but
just hey, Erica, just know that's our boy.
Yeah.
I can say this. When we first started, it ain't who I thought it was, because I know that for a fact. Who I thought it was.
You had an idea, Wace?
It ain't who I thought it was. I don't know who it is, but I know it ain't who I thought it was.
Right. It ain't who we thought it was then.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm happy, man. I'm just happy from the growth, right? So, and that's an organizational thing. It's an exciting thing for them to know. Or, I mean, from one tournament, we FaceTime Coach Tat, right? Yeah. And just to see the buy-in, just to understand when we getting on them, when we're being extremely hard on them, they understand why we're being that, right? And nobody's pouting, nobody's taking it to heart, because they understand what the intent is. But I have to give credit to each and every one of them as well, because they do individual work outside of what we do as an organization, mm-hmm. right? So outside of a practice. So they're developing on their own, which allows us to give them that freedom because they've been working on their game also. So
I tell you, I'm real, and Wace will tell you, I am real impressed with this 2028 group to see from where they came from mm-hmm. to where they are now. Yeah, I've texted Wace after one of our games and told Wace, I'll fire all of the 17 you kids, give me the 2028s. I told. Am I lying? Wait.
Yeah, you lying because you ain't say fire.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I didn't say. You're right. I didn't use those choice words. You
Oh, you didn't.
absolutely right.
But but in terms of what he he said that's what he said, but he said it a little different. But
Yeah,
yeah.
but man, they've impressed me with their how one. I tell Wason how hard they play, how much they play together, how much they play for each other, and they don't back down to nobody.
Nope.
And that's what I like about that group. They don't have a true big. They understand everything that we see on the older level, meaning undersized, um, do small things well, taking the charges, helping the helper, all that defensive terminology, basketball terminology stuff they do. And that's what and that's that's a direct effect from what you were teaching. And like I said, man, I give you kudos for that, instilling that in those kids, man, and they are buying in and listening to everything that you're saying, and they don't take anything that you get on them about personally. They look at you in the eyes when you talk to them,
100%.
and I'm telling you, it's definitely showing. It's showing to when they go, and then too when they're not in the team setting, and when they go to camps. Like I say, it's 320-28 there, and they're getting people are noticing them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you want. And if a lot more, if the rest of the team would have went, I'm pretty sure they would have got theirs just as well.
Yeah.
So man, kudos, keep doing what you're doing, man. I commend you and keep pushing, man. I'm telling you, I enjoy what I'm seeing.
So, and this is last note on them. Like they don't get a big head, so they've tasted success, right? So they were able to win at the Heart of Georgia Classic, right? They were able to get to the championship game and win the championship. We won the championship. I talked to them afterwards. They ain't jumping around. They ain't celebrating like they ain't been there before. It was like a business trip. They sat there, listened to me. Again, to your point, Tad, I get all eyes when we're talking. We discussed some things. We took the picture or whatever, and that was it. They're like, okay, on to the next mission, right? On to the next tournament or whatever the case may be. So they're not overly cocky. They understand that they can play. They understand playing hard, and they understand how to play, what's going to be successful for them. But they don't have the big head. They come in and they ready to grind and ready to play hard. And the unselfishness, how they share the ball, how they're excited for each other's success, it's crazy. It's good. That's
Oh yeah. I've been following that group for a minute. But one thing that I can say that I think attributes to them, what you're seeing now from them is that they stay together. They ain't playing on 3 and 4 teams. It's the same group each year consistently together, and you can see the chemistry. Wins and losses gonna happen, but even within that, I can just see the chemistry. They know each other. You can tell they've been playing together. So yeah, man, I'm impressed with their development, and I think a lot of them, they got bright futures. I think you got some from Mary Persons and and Hoko and Macon and out Central, all kind of kids from different areas, but they all come together during the spring and summer to play with you, and it clicked. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's gonna teach them a lot. But I like the fact that they got parents that keeping them together. You're gonna lose 1 or 2 here, that give or take. But for the most part, the main core.
That core,
six, they've been consistent. But let me hit some on Tat right quick before we move, man. Am I here?
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, you bet.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we get. Yeah.
Okay. But when Tat was talking about the 17 you earlier, right? So I'm covering some young guys, and he texts me what he texts me about, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm thinking they must be getting the head beating. Every time I look at somebody updating, Tat the win. I caught it down, Tat. Y'all undefeated, man. What you talking about? Man, I ain't playing the right way. Boy, good God almighty.
Hard headed, man.
Yeah,
Hard
but Tat
headed.
rough, boy. He rough on.
Hard headed, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna have to go out and come back in because I can't hear y'all.
Okay. Charles, man, go ahead, man.
So the 16U group. So we combined 16U and 15U. So it was more of a rebuild with that building chemistry. Um, some of the kids understanding our culture and what the standard is, the buy-in, um, and identifying a leader on that team. So um, that was the first part. Then we moved a few more things around. Here we go, wasting with that bandwidth internet.
Not love,
I
crazy.
love. On in his defense, he was rocking. He had been rocking since the show started.
Right.
He got about an hour in.
I better not laugh at mine might start screwing up. My bad, Charles.
Uh, um, so I think about midway through the travel season, we started to get somewhat of a groove and find something, right? So I think those kids are going to come back from July. The chemistry is going to be a lot better.
Yeah.
Some roles are more identified and fine tuned. Kids starting to understand what the standard is of one of our all stars because we probably got 4 or 5 new kids that's to the program, not just and that's different, right? So to your point, they following the older group and watching those boys. So they hey, this is what we're telling you need to do. This is the production you need to give. This is the standard, right? This is the expectation. So they starting to buy into that. So they're becoming closer every day. They're becoming closer and closer. They go do things together. They go hoop together. They in the text group together. So I think the chemistry gonna be there, right? When they come back. We even started to see some growth the last couple tournaments we had. So they start putting together a better product uh, on the floor. They start competing at a higher level. It's still a maturity thing with some of them. So, but I think they're going to grow into that, right? So they understand what the expectation is. They see both groups. That's one that's above them executing and competing at a high level, and they even see the ones that's under them, a grade or so, competing at a high level. So I think they're going to get it. But I think the chemistry and figuring things out is the hard part with that.
I I'll speak to Coach Derrick's group, the 13 under. Uh 13 and under, man, has been playing well also, man. And the leadership on the Coach Derrick, man, he's got them heading in the right direction. Like you say, what you said, if they stay together and keep that, if the core stays together and they keep building, they can be right where all the other groups has been when they get to that next level. Um, looking forward for big things out of them as well. Um, Gavin and Trey and who else? Is Aries? I think that's his name. Um, those 3 men and Lowe's grandson. That group is gonna be good. If they could stay together and keep it all together. And that's the thing. That's the thing we try to teach and stay together. Like I say, wins and losses are gonna happen.
Right.
Things are gonna happen within the season that you might not like. But I mean, it's going through those growing pains.
Oh yeah. Gotta get
No, man, it's the process.
Yeah.
It's the
You know,
process. And when you're trying to jump around, and you got to fit with somebody as well when you're trying to just jump around and do whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a lot of kids that just want to jump around and try to go here, there, or wherever. You got to make sure you're coming in and wanting to be a part of it and fit in the right way. What's already been established.
And shout out to Coach Butts and staff, man, over there with him, with David Butts Lee. He's doing a tremendous job over there with those kids, the older and the younger group. Middle Georgia fam, shout out to them, and the pair, Coach Scott, with the pair rebels and all of them jokers, man. Those are people. Those are people that I know personally. Some of you other groups, I really don't know the coaches personally. Some of the other groups I really don't know, but shout out to y'all too as well. I don't. I promise I don't.
This is the way you say things sometimes.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, shout out to everybody in the area that's doing well, that's playing well. What?
Yeah, man.
I can't tell everybody good job.
What's that like, Bernie Mac? What you want to take? Good job.
I'm just saying, like,
Hey,
like a lot of
you know what I mean, right?
bro, I'm like,
There was no harm in that. It's just the way that you say things sometimes.
oh yeah, like I really don't like some of these programs. I do not know the people. I see the kids performing well, and I don't shout out to them, man. I don't know. What you want me to do? Say, hey, man, shout out to a coach. I don't know. I don't know the people.
Oh man, so it's all right, man.
Man, it's listen. You know what? I ain't saying shout out nobody else. I'm trying to say shout out to everybody that's with programs in the area that's doing well. And I don't know everybody. I really don't.
All right, man. Hey, shout out to Chess. Shout out to Chess.
Shout out to Chess and
Chess over there.
Chess. Hey, one step away, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to Chess. One step away, and I do know Chess. Geo, I do know Geo. One step away, and I do see it.
Shout out to Georgia Pivot.
Georgia Pivot. I don't know who coached them, but shout out to Georgia Pivot. Middle Georgia Pivot. Shout out to you guys as well. I don't know the coaches over there, but shout out to them. Shout out to is it PAG? I don't know the coaches over there as well. Shout out to them. Shout out to Georgia and the Thunder. Hey, that's what they did. Wait, Thunder.
Georgia Thunder.
That's Danny, though, right?
Yes, they got a lot of different,
age group.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shout out to, and I do know Danny. Madison, I do know him. Shout out to those guys.
They got
everybody.
D. Lundy over there.
D. Lundy.
That's about they got 2 or 3 teams that no, that's Georgia Thunder. I was talking about PAG. I'm sorry.
Oh, PAG. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
The Push.
Yeah. Shout out to those guys as well. Shout out to the Push, Travis and Jaquez, all of you guys. Y'all doing a fantastic, fabulous job over there. Y'all keep it going.
Who else? I gotta go back and look at my list. It was a lot of teams, not teams, but a lot of kids who, for whatever reason, I haven't saw a lot, but I got the chance to see them a little bit at my event, locally. So what's that?
Oh, Uncle James. He's moved to my Uncle James.
Yeah.
But I got a chance to see him at my events. I know a lot of time I'm up on the radar doing a lot of covering, and I know they spread around middle schools. They all over the area. So haven't seen them as much as I may see, Warner Robins, because y'all are always on the radar. That's where I'm at. So I was impressed with some kids. It was the Barbosa kid from Push.
Push.
The Nelson kid. this Josh Sanders kid, all pretty talented, all got good high ceilings, a lot of potential. You know, I just, I got a chance to really sit and watch them, and they got a little something to them. Got a chance. I would love to see more of them. A lot of times it's hard for me to track them to see where they at. Maybe I got to get out, get up to Warner Robins a little bit more and go to the middle school stuff. Cause I do a lot of middle school stuff in Macon. So maybe I got to get out and do that a little bit more to get eyes on them a little more, and so I can make a better assessment on them. Georgia Thunder did a good job with that 5th grade group. Got some good kids on there from Macon. So yeah, man. And that's another good thing about doing the local stuff. Some of them will be more prone to come to a on the radar event, if it's in Macon or Hype South or whatever, versus having to ride and buy the hotels and do the traveling and da 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 da. So,
Hey, my
want to
bad.
bring that same experience, man. Go ahead, Tat.
Nah, I'll wait you get finished. Dr. Love said right here. I want to get to that as well.
Dr. Love is more around than we think he is.
Yeah, he is. He is. You ain't lying about that. If he talking about that,
Dr. Love might be an official. He might be a referee.
huh?
I said, go ahead and hit on that. Go ahead.
Yeah. We actually participated. In that Georgia versus North Carolina showcase, whatever. That on the radar put on Ty Young and Sean Williams. And I forgot my buddy's name from Carolina. I forgot his name, but they collab.
I think he was from Big Shot.
Yeah, but they collaborated. The Georgia versus North Carolina. I think in Georgia, I think we went down early. And then it's late on that evening, that second day, we kind of took it to a team from North Carolina. I think we all played well. Georgia came, and I know I might be forgetting, but Georgia Canes, us, Sword South,
DBE.
yeah, Devin Butsy Lee, Georgia Legacy, I was a bunch of more Georgia teams, but I think we ended up winning by landslide. I think it's 30 something, like six or 8 or maybe 10, something somewhere in that nature. So shout out to those guys for doing that. Hopefully they can come up with a format.
What team Coach Hickson with?
Yeah,
Atlanta Pivot.
The Atlanta Pivot. Yeah, shout out to Coach Hickson and them. So we was happy to be a part of that. Like I say, teams from Georgia went up there and represented well. Saw some great talent too from North Carolina now.
Yeah,
they had some teams now. Yeah, North Carolina has some teams too. So yeah, we just happy to be a part of that, man. And thank you for bringing that up, Dr. Love. Yeah, that was a good showcase.
Good event, a great event actually.
Yeah, and shout out to Sean and Ty Young, man, and man, I think his last name, I think it's Bridges. I want to say it's Bridges. Is his last name, if I'm not mistaken. But they really put on a great showcase, man. Great event.
That was good. That was fun.
Yeah, so hopefully they do something that I know. Sean does a lot of things in Florida. Man, they expanding so much, man. It's just great to see, and I'm happy that he's expanding, man, and just doing his thing over the whole Southeast.
Yeah. You might get to my neck of the woods next year, Ted.
To St. Louis.
Get up to the Lou.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I say this to him blue in the face, and this is no disrespect to any other uh, platform or anything in that nature. But on the radar, man, is it. I'm telling you. Um, I don't care what event it is. You never know. You never know. You might be a college coach there at every event. You never know. Uh, but I mean, he does a great job with scheduling. He does a great job with just to me personally. That's why I always like to schedule nothing but on the radar tournaments
Not just that,
or not what
not just that.
showcases.
It's relationships
Relationship, yes.
are crazy. So his contacts and stuff like that. That's why it's good to get to know him. And I think you can benefit from him, man. But you have to be consistent because you can't go to one or two and think something gonna happen overnight.
Say that again, Waste.
Yeah, one or two events ain't gonna get it. So I just think you have to be consistent and continue to show up, win, lose, or draw, offer or not. You have to continue to show up, and if you do that on a consistent basis, and you got somebody that's showing and proving, they will be have an opportunity, next level opportunity. I believe that. I'm speaking from experience, and that's that. I think it's more valuable to go there as an independent than to be independent on a pay-to-play circuit. Because go ahead.
I don't think a lot of people know what those are. Ways you might have to break that one down to them.
What that?
Paid to play circuit.
Oh, basically, if you're on the sponsored circuits, then you got a dude or some dudes who are considered McDonald All-American caliber or 4-star, 5-star prospects or
pro potential.
Yeah, high major or high level players. They'll pay you or give you a certain budget to play on their, to represent their brand. You won't have to pay them or play on another location than those guys that I just mentioned. You'll be in the same building if you were really sponsored with them.
And at every stop.
Yeah, you be at every stop. So some of these circuits are what they is. I don't know if you're using it for to represent a brand or to maybe go out of town play on some different teams from somewhere else. That's cool. But it is not the same as sponsored. It's not the same as a sponsored Under Armour or Nike or something like that. It's just different, and a lot of parents and players on some of those lower teams and pay-to-play circuits don't understand that because of the way it's being presented to them. And I just wish, I don't mind them doing it, but I just wish the presentation would be more honest about what it is. And that's that. That's that, because you can pass it off, with somebody that don't have the knowledge. You can pass it off and trick them. Yep, and a lot of going on.
And that was kind of to the point where I was kind of speaking to that, saying parents aren't aware, right? Because you can. There's a lot of smooth cats out here now that are kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can finesse it real good.
Yeah, they can present it real good, and it's cute. It's fine. And it's cute for it's cute for branding and social media and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's not always. I ain't gonna say 100% of the time, but a lot of times it's not necessarily beneficial for everybody.
Right. Sometimes the substance is in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's and kind of the way I think that on the radar uh, does their stuff. It's almost like an independent circuit, right? So you're going to be in the way they schedule their tournaments, right? So you're going to have an opportunity to play in Florida. You're going to have an opportunity to play in Alabama. You're going to have an opportunity to play in North Carolina, South Carolina, wherever, right? So you're actually, if you're looking at it from that standpoint, you're making it's a Southeast circuit. So you get this opportunity to play against teams from all these different areas. And with them even expanding even more now, going to Ohio and going to Tennessee and all these different places, you just created a circuit
Well,
for independent teams to actually play on.
I'll say this, KP, to your point. Come July, on that independent circuit, we will see shoe teams that either did not make their tournament.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah.
You may get some smoke against them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's that's where they go, right? We done seen teams from California, New York, whatever the case may be,
Come
right?
all the way down.
Yeah. So
Seeing teams from out of country.
out of country, Canada, Australia.
And even during some of the non-live, you'll
Right.
get to
Yeah,
play against some of those real sponsored teams. And it's performance based, I believe,
it is.
because I don't believe like if you're a true independent, then he ain't gonna put you in there against a true Georgia Stars or a true AOT and get you blowed out. But if you just running through the independent circuit and some of the top tier teams, if you got some dudes, he'll line you up against
Yep.
real, night riders or something like that, just to
Mm-hmm.
see if you keep performing. That's when that's when the bottom can fall out for your program and your players.
Right.
100%. So he does like I said, man, Sean does a great job of doing exactly that, recognizing teams as well. So I want to get to recognizing teams. I know. I want to talk a little bit about what the upcoming Hype South Hardwood, what you got planned for that as well, if you started playing yet. Also, wait.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
both events are. Go ahead, Sean. What you got?
Uh, parents pay $1,500 for summer tournaments with no D2, D3, NAL, or USA. Yeah, facts.
that is absolutely true.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. Unfortunate, man.
But again, though, Wasted, that went back to what I said earlier about it ain't just them tricking the kid. It is the parents staying there doing it.
Yeah. So let me say this real quick. Wait before you jump on the Hardwood Invitational, the upcoming Hardwood Invitational. Y'all know how excited I was when we played uh, our last tournament during a live period, and even though we was eighth graders, we had baller TV, little stuff like that, man. Do you know how excited I was that these guys have an opportunity to either go back and look at their games, right? And actually critique themselves and do that aspect of it, as well as give themselves an opportunity to further expose themselves by putting together their clips and putting it out for people to see.
And you only get that on the radar.
So I'm like, come on. These little things that people think may be insignificant or they're not paying attention to or something along those lines. Just that aspect alone. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And you only get that on the radar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man. But so the invitational, Charles, already filled both of them. Filled up pretty early this year, earlier than normal for whatever reasons. It's been full now, even before we got out of school.
Wow.
So a couple months. We'll be changing the venue. Got something planned for that, man. As far as the way I want the atmosphere to be. it's been great, man, at Warner Robins. The past 3-4 years, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Great, man. So all good things sometimes have to take a detour. I won't say come to an end, but we'll take a detour. But I got some big things in mind that if all falls through like I wanted to, it's gonna be a great time atmosphere, man. New at the new venue. The teams as usual. I got some different teams, state champions, some state champion teams that made appearances. Final Four teams on both sides.
Elite Eights.
Say it again. Elite Eight.
Elite
Yeah,
Eights.
that, man. D1 prospects as usual every year. D2 prospects for every level, really, to be honest with you. So it'll be no different. I just think the feel and the atmosphere is going to be a lot different. And I think once they get a whiff of this right here, I think it's going to go to even another level. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be dropping more details as far as where it's going to be at. Of course, who's going to be playing, and like I do every year with the pre-event stuff and the post-event stuff. So I'm excited about it, man. I'm excited about it.
Good. And it's gonna be the same time, right? The week before Thanksgiving and the weekend of Thanksgiving, correct?
Yes, the girls will be first.
Yeah.
I think it's the 23rd and the 30th of November this year. I think that's the dates that fall on Saturday.
Right.
The last 2 Saturdays in November.
So
let me ask you, got any what you planning camp wise?
Same thing, doing the unsigned hype stuff, girls and boys in September. And the up next for the boys, October, middle school boys.
Okay.
And been getting some people push a little bit about girls, adding the girls middle school. So maybe do that one in October as well.
Okay.
So yeah, September is my time for the high school stuff, individual stuff. I already been kind of sending out some feelers to some coaches.
Yeah.
To see can we, continue to grow it. Last year, I had 4 or 5 girls get offers. But like I said, I got some coverage coming as far as the signing class from the boys, the 2024 signing class from the boys and girls event, from the unsigned hype camp. So we'll be putting out some stuff on that, and it was some pretty good numbers wise, man, as far as who signed. I think it's good for what it's put out there for. So
yeah, no, good. So exciting stuff. So kind of switching gears a little bit. Like I said yesterday, we was at the Southern Hoops Report camp, right? So again, shout out to Chris Watkins and his whole team for putting that on. Well-ran camp. But while I was sitting in there, right, I'm like, man, something seems different in here, right? And then it dawned on me, and I kind of shared this with Tat and Charles yesterday as well. Like, our boys are now becoming the older guys, and now the younger generation is kind of coming through. So you're seeing that cycle of things kind of happen. So it kind of, and you can tell by gameplay or game, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I got to come in here and I got to score 1,000 points, and this is how I'm gonna get looked at, and all those type of things. But just kind of seeing that whole process happen was kind of interesting, and I guess a surreal moment, because it was one of those things like, dang, we don't went through this cycle. Now we're coming back through the cycle again with the youngins. So just and I bring that up to say, you've seen this cycle, Wasey, I'm sure 100 times, right? So what advice do you give the younger folks coming to, or going to camps, or parents as well, as far as what that camp life means and the things that go with it?
Yeah, I would just say just keep showing up. Keep being consistent. Don't get discouraged. Because it just takes one play, one day, one person to see you. And if you stop, then you might miss that opportunity. Just because you have a bad count, or these guys ain't playing the right way, or whatever. Just keep showing up, keep being consistent. And you'll be noticed if you continue to do it the right way, because you'll be rewarded, for playing the right way, playing hard, stuff like that. That stuff always pays off. So I just say stay consistent and go into it, man, with no expectations. Just go into it and control what you can control as far as your approach, energy, effort, uh, the way you play. That's all stuff you can control, and I always say the rest to take care of itself.
Yeah.
But once if you go in with expectations, then you set yourself up for like disappointment, and you second guess yourself, because you may go in and have a great day. You may be shoot a high percentage, and you might be your three ball might be falling, and you might do this, you might do that, and somebody else still may get noticed.
Right.
So like just keep doing the work. That's what I say.
Yeah. Yeah. Ty, anything to add to that?
He said it all. Just keep doing what you do. Run your own race.
Yeah. How important is that to run your own race?
I think it's very important because your time ain't gonna be his time or her time or whenever. Just like I had to explain, and I go all the way back to well, hell, I'll go to Jay and Cam. Cam peaked first, and we always tell Jay like, your time coming. And I know it's second nature to some kids, to all kids, to see, man, ain't nothing gonna happen for me. I mean, I'm doing all I can do. But you just never know. And I used to always tell him like, bro, just your time is coming. Just keep doing what you're doing. And he kept doing it, and things started to happen for him. And I say that to say, like what you say, control what you control, and run your own ways.
What's your man doing with a mic over there?
Yo. Yo.
Yo, how long we been on, man?
Oh man, I'm messing with you.
Man,
I was gonna drop some bars, man.
Man, going crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's very important to run your own race, man, and I think the most part too, while you're running your own race, be happy for your teammate. Run your own race and be happy for your teammate.
So I'm
a big fan of that now.
And shout out to Chris, man. Southern Hoops Report, man. He does a lot for the kids in the Southeast region. I'm just talking about to the camp. I know I came back at freshman. But yeah. Chris Watkins does a lot for the kids, showcasing those kids, putting their information out there, footage of them and things like that. But to that point, man, it's for I know I'm speaking from my experience with the program and how my son got to watch the older boys kind of go through their process, right? So and kind of understood, okay, this is a blueprint. It might not be the blueprint for you, but it's a path, right? There's something in place for you to go, right? And go do. Now you may have to deviate here and there, whatever the case may be, but something is set for you. So I think when you're talking about programs, that's equally important as well, to kind of have that hey, this is how the ones done it before me, right? at least I got something to follow versus going into it blind. So I think that's very important. So,
Well, and what you're saying that it is a lot. We always have a plan. I would say that. And the plan has been no different than if you see if you see the kid can play him up to get his name out there,
Mm-hmm.
so he could be the next one. And I think we've done that and been successful doing that. And we started that with, I want to say, Trey Grain. I want to say we started that with Trey. Trey played up. Cam Perkins played up when he was in the 8th grade. Maliki Cam played up when they're in 8th graders.
so just remind me of watching Juju out there. We yelling at him, shoot the ball.
Right, shoot the ball. Yeah, and you know to see Juju and Boogie now,
Yeah,
being the ones that being out there, it's just sending. And I always say this to the other kids: just because you are not out there, if things is being set up for your class.
Mm-hmm.
All right, prime example with Juju and Boogie being out there. Now people see them and look at that book in the library like, hey, these are 2028s. They get out there. They might play 2 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
but they might do something within those 2 minutes that's gonna stick with that coach and be like, hey, all right, I'm gonna remember those guys. Now, if they're coming to see them, guess who else they get to see? They get to see you.
Everybody
Now
else.
they get to see everybody else. Now you got to put it on the floor. And when you put it on the floor, now those eyes are turned like, hey, they got 2 or 3 of these guys. It ain't just 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't just 3 of them. Man, this whole team can go. So now, if a division, let's just say a Division 2 is looking at either one of those kids, and a Division 3 is looking and saying, oh well, hell, I can't get this kid. All right, we'll take him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So each kid is setting it up for their class, and I mean everybody don't do it that way. So I mean, and I always say it ain't about wins and losses to us. No, we don't like to lose. We never want to lose,
Right.
but it ain't about wins and losses to us. It's about getting better. So I mean, that's just the way we look at things. So maybe we got the wrong blueprint, but I don't know. Only 20 guys in, so I mean, but we got the wrong blueprint. But anyway,
yeah.
Hey, real quick, man, before we go any further, and I don't know what Charles got going on, I do want to give a shout out to my man Gabe.
That's you.
Coach.
yeah. Coach Butts, what's up, brother?
What's up?
Here all night, baby.
What
What's
up?
up, baby?
What up, Butch?
Oh man, what is going on?
Yeah, man. The man here going crazy.
Hey,
Yeah.
I do wanna say that was a cold video they dropped a little wasty today.
Yes.
I'm trying to go on Instagram so I can download it.
Oh yeah, that was a good one, man.
Hey, you know what put it over the top?
What that?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. Song cry.
So I texted him. I said, what the, I don't know his camera guy name or who do it for the team or whatever. I said,
Yeah.
Man, what do you know about that jigger, man? I tell y'all, I'm gonna send it to y'all when we get through what he sent me.
Yeah.
Made me feel good a little bit. He said, Oh, I told him that I picked that song because I knew you would like it. Cause you know I'm a Jay-Z fan. So he picked the song with me in mind, man. That made me feel pretty good.
Hey, wait. Hey, so I ain't see it at first. Cam sent it to me. And the song, I like, man, the song, golly, I ain't heard that song in a minute.
I
And
watched
but it went perfect with it. It went perfect with the And
Yeah.
that cameraman is cold, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he pretty good, man. He dropped one on the point guard, little freshman, about a week ago, maybe a week or two.
Okay.
He is cold too, man. So,
Yeah.
So Lil Wacy was in Spain. I see.
yeah. He went in Barcelona for about 3 weeks.
How do you like it?
Oh man, he loved it. I went to pick him up day before yesterday. He got back. You know that stuff like that right up his alley, man. He different kind of dude, man. So you know, he was doing some studying over there. So he enjoyed it, man. I already talking about want to go to other places, and he got that passport now, boy. I don't know what.
You finna get the major stamps.
Yeah. He finna go see some stuff. So
you about to be studying abroad, huh? Oh yeah, no, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
that's good stuff. Hey, speaking of watch this transition. Speaking of overseas, Tat, talk about Nelson, man.
Hey, man.
Overseas on the pro level.
Man, I'm so proud of that boy, man. Bro, I'm super proud of that dude, man.
What up,
Man,
dude?
that kid, Juke, what up, brother?
what it do?
Man, that kid is exceeding
Juke.
every. Man, you all right? You straight?
Go ahead, Tech. Go ahead.
You straight, man? You straight?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hey,
Hey, we
but
reached
man,
2 hours, man. This guy's
yeah, I know, right? But hey, you good, bro?
Good.
Oh, I'm just trying to, yeah. But man,
Let me hold the mic.
yeah, I know, right? But yeah, man, I'm super proud of that Joker, man. And I mean, it ain't just me here. We all are. If you know that kid's story, uh, man, I'm telling you, it's just that kid has exceeded everything that people didn't see him doing.
Yeah.
Everybody knew his ability, but if you hear the things that was deemed on this kid,
Right.
and when I tell you that things that was deemed, man, it's he ain't gonna graduate, kid ain't going to schools, kid bad grades, you know, he ain't never been a kid that's been bad or nothing like that.
Right.
But I mean, it's just, man, he don't want to go to schools. Kid he ain't gonna amount to nothing. He ain't gonna graduate. He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna do this, that, or the other, man. And man, that kid graduated with almost. I mean, he graduated with a 3.0 high school. Man, the kid went Division 1. Man, finished Division 1. The man's overseas now, making money, playing pro basketball. That kid has exceeded everything that was labeled of him, man. And we just super proud of that kid to see him come from that to where he is now, man. And him being averaging what he was averaging the most points in the league. Was it in the league? I forgot what it was, but I know he averaged the most steals. And he got 2 trophies.
And he was, at one point when he was still in school, he was leading the nation in steals, wasn't it?
Yeah. He was, at one point when he was at Troy, senior year, he was leading the nation in steal. He had a game where he had 13 steals.
Yeah.
So man, you can hear the joy in his voice, man, that he's loving what he's doing.
Right.
Being and to know Nelson, you will know the homebody he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's a kid that never wanted to leave to be uncomfortable.
Mm.
And like he had a chance, to go anywhere in the country. But he chose to go to Georgia State because he wanted to stay close to home to his family.
Right.
And to see him go way over in Serbia and ain't got a problem over there. I'm telling you, that's big if you know that kid, man.
Right.
So man, we're super proud of that boy, man. Well, I ain't gonna say boy, young man now.
Mm-hmm.
Super proud of him.
I was surprised to see him consider going overseas because I knew he was a homebody kid.
Right.
Iowa State, in particular, I know
Mm-hmm.
wanted him real bad, man. Mississippi State as well, but I know Iowa State was one that was really, really wanting him, and I just think it came down to location, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I was surprised to see him. I was like, dang, Nelson going overseas. So, it's just because I know he was a homebody.
Right. The only two things I've heard that Joker complain about is the sleep, the time difference, and getting a haircut. He said he ain't getting no haircut over there. The only two things I heard that Joe complain about.
Hey, put that last comment back up there, Coach T.
Oh, yeah. Tell him you a grandpa. You had cats.
Look, listen.
Uh-oh.
So, man, Joker Louis got a cat, right? So, it wasn't me. Yeah, it wasn't me. I ain't doing no babysitting, no cat sitting. So, why they don't, they don't told Snook and told him they're gonna keep it while he go to Spain, right? So,
right.
No, I look at a cat the same way I look at a snake. I don't play with him.
Right.
So, this Joker pull up with a cat in the hand. Man, where that cat going? You know what I'm saying? So, said she gonna take care of that. I told her one thing. I said, let me tell you something. When Louis leave, if you're gonna keep him here, he's gonna stay in that room, and you're gonna close his door. I'm talking Louis' room.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If I see him, I'm not responsible for any damages that wall. Cause I'm taking out every wall window to try to get out of there. Cause I do not play with no cat, man.
Bro, wait. The only thing you gotta do is take him out of my auntie.
I ain't even think about that. But no, that's what she talking about right now, man. She picking at me because she know I'm scared of her. So.
I don't do cats. I don't do
Yeah.
cats. No reptiles.
That Joe got a cat. He all black, man.
No. He can't. That cat ain't on my house.
To her credit, I only seen him one time, and that when he was getting ready to go.
Yeah.
Getting ready to go back. I'm talking about getting ready to go back to his home.
Right.
I didn't see him during the in between.
Bro, you should have took it out of my auntie out, man. She took care of him. She feed him all the time.
That's an inside joke, y'all. That's an inside joke.
What? Woo!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Coach Juke, what's going on, my brother? My boy, shout out to Coach Juke. Coach Juke got that paperwork.
Yeah.
Oh, boy didn't graduate, got that paperwork, man, and it's up from here.
We up, baby.
Congratulations, Juke.
Yes, sir, man. Proud of that Joker, man. That Joker been working his tail off to get that stuff taken care of.
Hard work right there. But he the example of what he's telling these kids.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he that work is definitely show.
Yeah. Show and prove.
Mm-hmm.
Show and prove.
Man. So what's next, brother?
What's that far as what's that?
Anything. I know y'all got stuff coming up June.
Oh, well, I'm excited about that, man, with the girls. We start that actually tomorrow. Um, I'm just excited about new challenge, man. New faces. Um, some returning faces. There's gonna be a new identity, new roles. But man, I think I'm almost positive the results gonna be the same. So that's it, man. That's it.
That's good
Good,
stuff,
good,
man.
good. Hey, real quick, man. We didn't touch on none of the playoffs.
Yeah,
What y'all think about? What y'all think about? Well, let's do twofold ways because I seen a post you put up today. Let's talk about the WNBA a little bit.
Oh, oh Lord. Let's go. Let's do it right quick.
The WNBA. So there's been a lot of conversation, right,
Uh-huh.
pertaining to the WNBA. So I'm gonna say this: it was once said, all right, any intention is good intention, right? Whether it's bad intention or is that the way the saying go?
All attention,
Basically, what is it, Charles?
all attention is good attention.
All attention is good attention, right? Whether it's bad or good, because it's given attention, right? I think that's how it goes. And so it's some mixed views right now in the WNBA, but I think as a whole, I think they're winning because people are paying attention.
Definitely, definitely. And they're definitely winning. From a marketing standpoint, and I think a lot of it has to do with Caitlin Clark, but not all of it.
Hmm.
So I get a little pushback when I'm subjective to the narrative that's trying to be pushed. When it comes to her,
Right.
she's a good player, but from a basketball standpoint, she's not as good as some of the girls. Um, Now she has a bigger name and maybe a bigger brand,
Hmm.
and I get that piece of it, the business side of it. But a lot of the stuff I be talking about when I give my rebuttals or my hot takes or whatever, it's strictly basketball. I'm talking about the game. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a lot about basketball. Like
Right.
so, like in particular, like I think like today, I think she went like 1 for 10. I think they lost again.
Yeah, they lost to the Liberty.
And she was like 1 for 10. So they'll go into the press conference and they won't talk about the Liberty. They'll ask about,
Everything will be about her.
and then of course the Liberty players are gonna be like, are you serious right now? Like, did you just watch the game? So I think she's good for the game, and I think that she's helping the game continue to grow.
Hmm.
But she is not the sole reason. Like somebody said, I take the LSU game when she was playing this past year when they played them in the Elite Eight,
Right.
and I think they said that the viewership was 18 million. I think it peaked up to 20 million or whatever
Hmm.
viewership. Well, I don't think it would have been 20 million if they would have been playing Wyoming.
Right.
So I would like to think Angel Reese had something to do with them 18 to 20 million as well.
Definitely.
Uh,
It was a storyline. Yeah.
right. You know what I'm saying? So like even when they played South Carolina, this undefeated #1 team in the country, I would like to think they had something to do with some of them views.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's why I pause and pump my brakes when they try to make it like it's all about her.
Right.
Um, and as far as this her
Her
being
being
the
the
greatest
greatest
um, player to
player.
ever come, I disagree with that as well. I guess it's all opinion. But when you started labeling stuff and making these kind of in competitive spirit, people gonna be coming at her. But I do think if you've been watching the game and you've been following it, college and pros, the women's game I'm talking about,
Yeah.
you'll know that she does a lot of stuff to provoke stuff.
Right.
And so which is fine, but don't spin a narrative and make it like, oh, they hating on her or they
Yeah.
jealous of her. When I
Yeah.
just saw her play it go up high with a slick little elbow and then continue to push the girl in the back. And then when the girl give her a bump and she sell it, they jealous of her.
Right.
Nah, man, you gotta watch the game and not just a couple of 10, 15-second clips.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even to that point last year, wasn't she the one doing the whole thing right here?
Yeah, and it wasn't a problem until Angel Reese did it.
Right, back to her. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I like Caitlin. I think she could play, but from a basketball standpoint, there are some girls in that league that they don't sell. They're not being marketed and bringing money how she is in certain aspects. But if we're talking about basketball,
right,
strictly the game.
Yeah.
Uh,
So from that standpoint, right? So you got everybody chiming in on this now, and all the NBA players or ex-NBA players and all this, and so they're saying basically what I'm hearing is they're saying they should be the WNBA and the players should be grateful that she's in the league because it's giving them a different whatever.
Yeah, I think they're kind of trying to say that, but that's offensive. To imagine you being a competitor, and you know that you've been putting the work in, you've been grinding, and you've been the MVP, and you won 3 or 4 championships in college, and you've been consistent. Then they tell you to like be quiet and bow down because you should be grateful to that he's here.
Right.
I would be offended by that as well as a competitor.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be coming from a place of jealousy. It would be coming from a place of competitive nature. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna show you, right?
Right. Yeah. Like, so I think controversy sells. So like when they say, "Oh, they need to stop," because all of this stuff about her and the girl last night, and they jealous of her. Like people like that, so they're gonna tune in either way. So I think it's good. I think controversy sell, and I think she's gonna be have a solid career. But I just see things in her game that she needs to add or get better at. That would probably make her what they're saying she is. Right. She's not quite there yet, in my opinion.
Yeah. So yeah. Chats, any thoughts on that?
No, they ain't won but 2 games.
A guy told me, he said, yeah, she it was the other day, he said I had said that I thought that Angel Reese and Cameron Brink from Stanford, I said that when they were talking about Rookie of the Year, and I said that I think one of those two, if the season ended today, would win it. And I said it impacted winning more. And he said, well, Caitlin's won 1 game. This was the other day, and they've only won 2. Right. So I said, well, put it in the context. There's only 12 teams in the league. And Caitlin was 1-8 at the time. Mm-hmm. So she had played 9 games, and I think the other 2 was 2-3 and 2-4. So 5 and 6 games. You know what I'm saying? Between those other 2 girls. So maybe if they had 9 under their belts, maybe they had 3 or 4 wins.
Right.
So in that context, I think that he wasn't looking at it that way, and I still think even though it's 1 and 2, as far as wins goes, I think they are impacting winning more.
Yeah.
Because at the time, I think both of those teams had beat her team.
Right.
And then they're sitting like higher in the seedings or whatever. And at the end of the day, it's only 12 teams. So
right. So let me ask you this. So we hear about Bird and Magic, right? Saving the NBA. Is this what we're witnessing right now for the WNBA?
No, I don't think it's a Bird and Magic because I think it's a Bird. We know who the Bird is, what they're selling. I don't know who's supposed to be Magic. Mm-hmm. So I just think it's a Bird, and they're just trying to sell that. And everybody else is like, wait a minute.
Right.
Well, she ain't never been on the stage with Megan Thee Stallion.
You say Megan?
Ain't that her name?
You said Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah. That ain't her name?
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Caitlin got Megan knees? Is that a thing?
No, that ain't what I said. I said she ain't never been on the stage with Megan Thee Stallion, man.
I'm not.
So, switching over to the NBA playoffs, what do you guys? What's your take? I'm going with Dallas.
Boston.
You going Boston?
Yeah. Man, what you talking about this other day?
Boston.
Yeah, I think Boston.
I'm going Dallas.
But I this the crazy thing. I said Boston when the playoffs first started, before anybody played. Even when everybody was still alive, I said Boston.
Right.
I just if this ain't true.
Wait, is Boston ready for this stage?
Listen at me.
Is Jason Tatum ready for this stage?
Listen. This is what I'm gonna say. Why I picked Boston. I know what I'm gonna say. It ain't law across the board, but I think if you look at it on a scale of what normally happens, I think this happens more times than not. So I'm big on process, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's time.
I think Boston has been through the process. I think they've been to the finals, knocking at the door. I think they've been to the East Finals. They were young kids, took LeBron when he was in Cleveland to 7 games. I'm talking about the core, Tatum and Brown.
Right.
Now they've added 1 or 2 pieces here and there, but it just feels like it's their time to me.
Okay.
And I think the whole thing with like Ant-Man, I love him. Georgia kid, Minnesota, they look promising. But I think they were trying to skip steps. You can't skip it's rare to win that. Like everybody have to lose before they win. Like if you ain't like Magic is rare. You don't see a lot of rookies come in and just do that.
Right.
I'm saying like Jordan lost 7 years before he started winning.
Oh, don't say that now. Don't say that. He just go crazy.
No, I'm saying like championship. I'm talking about like being eliminated.
Right. I know.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Even LeBron, 8 years. Most guys have to go through that process. And it feels like to me Boston has been through that. I think it's their time. It feels like their time to me.
It feels like the Buffalo Bills to me.
And then can you ask me, is Boston ready for that stage? I would ask you, other than Kyrie, who from Dallas has been on that stage?
Who Dallas got over there? No, you're right. I actually looking at their roster, I think Jason Kidd gives them a huge advantage.
Dallas ain't got nothing to lose.
You can look at it like that.
And Luka gonna play like Luka, free.
That's why I think they're gonna win, because they're gonna be the ones playing freely. In Boston, Boston, like Wasey said, Boston's been there before.
I can agree with that, Tat, because I think if Boston don't win, you got to blow it up. You got to find something else to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You done been to 2 finals, a couple Eastern finals, and you ain't got it done. To me, if you ain't gonna get it done now, then I don't know when you're gonna ever get it done.
Well, they're gonna blow it up because
I'm saying not blow it up, but go in a different direction. So I agree that Dallas, it ain't. You're right. It's a little more pressure on Boston. I give you that.
Why you looking like that, Charles?
Well, I agree with there's pressure on Boston. I'm tending to lean towards what Wasey's saying. That's kind of my thoughts as well. It's more Boston's time. I don't think Dallas is really there yet. I think Timberwolves was a matchup problem for him, or Timberwolves was a matchup disaster that series for Dallas. I think Luka's gonna have to guard, and if he chugging kegs of beer now, he gonna be cramping.
He did the whole season.
I just played. That was a joke. No, he built. But I know that's who he is. He move at his own pace, right? He don't get sped up. I get it, but I think Boston. I think Boston just ready, man. They got that dog in them. I think the coach been there before. There you go.
I think Boston is still trying to figure out who their leader is. Where Dallas is saying,
I don't
understand. It's Luka, it's Kyrie, and all the role players have no problem playing their part. And I think it's still something between Tatum and Brown that's still trying to be figured out.
I think the leader in Boston, to me, when I look at them play, especially when the game gets tight and down, I think the clear leader is Drew Holiday. I think that's clear. I think Tatum and Brown are the most talented players, but I think Drew Holiday brings something like Marcus Smart didn't bring as far as like from a point guard position. Both of them can play defense.
I don't know, but I don't know if Tatum is ready to buy into that.
I think he buying in.
Tatum is ready to be the next superstar, right? And to me, he's good, right? But I don't know. I
guess I'm trying to figure out, like, what you seen from Tatum that make you say that? Because they done swept everybody, like 4-1, 4-0, 4-0. Like to me, they gelling. Like there is no.
Sometimes when it get tough, Tatum ain't there to me.
Wait, say what you want to say. It's gonna come down to bench play, and Dallas bench is way better than Boston's bench to me.
I think they evenly matched. I think top to bottom, Boston got a little more.
Boston, to me, it just they played the last series.
Who's that against? Indiana had no paint presence. They had no paint presence at all. And Jason Tatum and Brown got to the basket whenever they got ready. They ain't gonna be able to do that this series.
Wait.
Boston's been.
I want to know who's stopping
injured teams too.
I want to know who's stopping Boston from getting to the basket. Like,
they're big now.
No. This is what I'm telling you. They at the basket at that point.
No. It was no. What I'm saying is, I ain't saying they're gonna stop her from getting to the basket. I'm saying it was somebody there. It wasn't nobody there protecting the paint in the Indiana series at all. Evan Turner stood in the corner guarding Al Horford.
Okay, but this is what I'm about to tell you. The same thing.
No.
Hold up, Ted.
I'm listening.
The same thing Dallas did to the Timberwolves. Boston gonna do to them. They're gonna pull Lively, Big Butt up for that pick and roll and make Luka guard. They're gonna do the same thing. It's the same action, except now you got a 6'8" guy getting downhill.
I think Porzingis was healthy last series. I don't feel like they knew they didn't need to play him to risk anything. I think he's been practicing. I know practicing game different, but I think with him, I think he's gonna be back, and I don't think he's gonna really like miss a beat as far as what they ask him to do, and that's a big addition for them. I think he's gonna be back.
What Boston has to figure out is that high pick and roll, because that is working for Dallas right now, and Luka and Kyrie making reads that they're making the right.
Well, it worked in that series because of the coverage.
A Gobert, they were doing drop coverage.
Yeah. The coverage is the reason they kept running it like that. But I mean,
also I did see him when they tried to squeeze it a couple times that he got down. He was lobbing it to Lively a lot. But
right.
At one point, man, Lively was perfect from the field through 3 or 4 games. Like he had a miss.
Right.
Yeah. So Lively is the piece. But yeah, it's
is Boston going to attack Luka different?
Yeah.
Defensively.
No. They're gonna make him play defense. I guarantee you that. That's what the Timberwolves didn't do, and I don't think they had the personnel to.
Now I can agree. Well, they could have put Luka in pick and roll, whoever he was guarding.
That's
make him defend, but they didn't. So I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that now. But it's still not Timberwolves, but Dallas for me. I said it from whoever come out of the West is gonna win it. Doesn't play too much defense.
I got Boston in 5.
In 5. What you got them in?
You're gonna definitely go more than 5. I think
you got 6 or 7.
Who got the home court?
Boston.
5.
So how's the format? It's still 2-2-1-1.
Yeah. It's not the 2-3-2.
Okay, it's 2-2-1-1.
2-2-1-1. Yeah.
Oh,
Dallas and 7. Dallas and 7 for me.
I got Boston at 7.
Got a 5.
I got Boston.
We'll go 7.
I got Boston at 7.
I think Dallas gonna win the first game.
They do that. Be on one they win.
Y'all want to put some side bets on this?
I got Boston at 7.
I got Dallas at 7.
Who won in the first game?
Boston gonna win the first game.
Nah, Boston rusty.
Okay.
Luka got him a case of beer, natural light right now. Chilling.
What's that?
Hey, plus you gotta add the storyline. Kyrie going back to Boston.
Or Porzingis and Luka. They don't like each other from when he was in Dallas.
Yeah, you got storylines. Luka seemed to relish in those roles or those scenarios when it's the bad guy on me. He liked the bad guy role. Luka liked the bad guy role.
I like Luka talking trash. That's a Luka I like. If Luka ain't talking trash, then Dallas ain't gonna win this series. But now if Luka out there cussing, gonna win this series.
Luka gonna get here. Luka and Kyrie. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you're gonna stop them.
There's some bad boys, boy.
They tough.
They tough.
Hey, me and Waits also had this discussion the other day. Before we go, Charles, I know it's then eclipsed the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, Charles over there itching.
We talked about the Allen Iverson, Kyrie Irving. I think we talked about it too, then Charles.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, me and Waits talked about that.
What your take on?
Mine?
Said Kyrie.
Go ahead, Ted.
I told y'all, I Allen Iverson for me.
I'm going
For me, I think as the lead guy, as the leader, the number one guy, Iverson. I think as the number 2 guy, the complimentary guy is Kyrie. I think if you look over both of their careers to right now, Kyrie has never been able to lead a team as the featured guy the way Allen Iverson did.
No, you're 100% right.
He never even he never was league MVP like Iverson was. He never led the league in scoring. Never as the guy took a team to the finals. I think when he has somebody like Luka, LeBron as the feature, then he once he gets comfortable and accepts that complimentary, whatever you want to call it, 1A, 1B, number 2. I think once he gets in that role, he dangerous. So and he can trick you too in that role. He can make you look at him different. But I just think Iverson was better as the lead guy.
I would agree. So I would agree with that. But I think for me, what me and Kenny was saying is just talent and skill wise. Kyrie's probably the most talented and skilled guard at his size that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying anything about his leadership or his win percentage, just what he's able to do. Kyrie was more skilled and talented than AI.
Allen Iverson did the same thing.
No, he ain't do it. Allen Iverson was a volume shooter based on the teams that he was on. So
because he was the lead guy.
And I'm not taking nothing.
Yeah, no,
I'm not taking anything away from Iverson. Iverson was my guy when he was in the league.
When you say skill, you talking about
I never liked the shoes though. But
when you say skills, you talking about like how crafty he is with the ball and how
he
finishes.
Yeah. That's
Allen Iverson finished the same way.
No,
I think I get an edge to Kyrie's skill set. I think he's more skilled. You know, he'll go in there and finish with both hands like normal.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think Iverson was able to. Iverson had the crossover and stuff like that, but I think,
man, when he got down in them trees, he finished with either hand the same way, or he might dunk on you.
That thing didn't look the same.
Man, we already go back. That's all right. That's all right. Don't worry about it. That's no, that's all right.
So you think he finished around the rim better than Kyrie?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
Oh no.
Yes. Yes.
There's
Yes.
You're saying
Yes.
I finished better?
Yes.
Finished better than Kyrie finishes at the rim?
Yes. Yes. Oh man, the Kyrie, all those floaters with the. I'm telling you, Allen Iverson was taking that contact, finishing over 7-footers,
No, I agree. I get it.
or even dunking on them.
So
I think Kyrie does it
as a 7-footers
more.
back then as athletic as a 7-footers now that Kyrie finishing over.
A 7-footer is a 7-footer.
But athleticism still plays a part.
They all
I could be a 7-footer versus an active 7-footer.
Kenny, they all okay then. He was finishing over people like Mutombo, which was defensive player of the year. And don't and I
Rudy Gobert was a player.
I'm just gonna say you better not Rudy Gobert. Listen, the only thing you can Google Rudy Gobert and his name will pop up is he the first joker in the NBA with COVID.
Or they go get the Dribble.
Yeah, he the only joker that played defense on the whole league.
No.
He started. He the first one with COVID.
First one with COVID. Yeah.
So
I
think it is AI career wise and what he did. It does stick out more, right? When you talk about being a 1A, the lead guy, the guy, he did it better than Kyrie. I 100% agree with that. But when you talk about just skill and ability, bro, it's Kyrie,
bro. So you talking about a guard that is 6'2", and you talking about a guard that's 5'10".
I don't give a doggone what you talking about. I'm just telling you about the skill wise. He's 6'1", 6'5".
Allen Iverson ain't but 5'10", 5'11". He ain't no true 6 feet.
Hey, wait. You know who Tat sound like right now? Coming to America. I walk down the street, walk around the corner, boom, punch in my chest. Oh, I thought you was somebody else.
Look right up and saw.
I thought you was somebody else.
I looked right up and saw Allen Iverson.
He ain't telling no lie. hey, folks, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. Ain't nothing.
There
changed.
You go.
Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed but the day.
Hey, I have one more question before we go, Charles. One more. So I seen this on Gilbert Arenas, and then we're talking about this generational talent. What does that mean to you guys?
Something you ain't never saw before.
And in a sense of the context was Steph is a generational talent.
Caitlin Clark is a generational talent.
So I like how. Go ahead.
I know Gilbert Arenas said Stephen Curry wasn't one, but I think Stephen Curry is. I never seen someone shoot the way he shoots in a variety of ways. Mm-hmm. So we've seen some good spot up shooters, or some good shot crit, but this joker can shoot any kind of way, and in the range, we never had seen anybody shooting from where he was shooting from.
I'll say this, Chris Jackson. What it is, Abdul Rauf, whatever.
He never stepped 1 foot across half court. He let it go and turn around while it was in the air.
He never do that, but he shot the basketball.
No, that was saying some of the stuff Stephen Curry was doing, I had never saw before.
Right.
Yeah, and to me that makes it generational, and I think he's generational because I think the way he played changed the way the entire NBA is played.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So because they went to like now you got a lot of guys that can shoot like that. Because I ain't gonna say like that and be that effective, but they able to shoot the logo 3 and you playing 5 out, and I mean he changed the way the NBA is played.
So did he work to that?
Yeah,
right. So you can make it. You can make yourself a generational talent.
Yeah, because he didn't come in shooting. He can always shoot,
Mhm.
But some of the stuff he started doing in his when they was on them runs,
Yeah.
he worked. I hadn't seen him doing that when he
I
first.
think
In particular, at Oklahoma City, when he came down and I think they were down 1 or 2 or something like that, and he literally came over like half court and launched perfect form, everything.
so. To Gilbert Arenas' definition of generation, his generational talent
Definitely. Charles
is something that can't be mimicked, right? So to your point, there's other players that are doing shooting from the logo, right? So, but I would argue, I would argue if he was the first to do it and change the game, that is generational as well, right? So he is generational. To that standard, Michael Jordan's generation.
No.
Michael Jordan one generation?
Nope.
Michael Jordan not generational.
Clyde Drexler was before Michael Jordan.
So what makes I heard him say Wemby was generational. What makes Wemby generational?
He said,
hold on.
you were born with.
Not Chet Holmgren. I'm just asking.
Oh, that's a good question.
Or Bo.
That's a great question.
I'm a new bowl.
Man, stop. It ain't bowl exclusive. It ain't inclusive bowl.
But see, I think he's saying Wemby is generational because you can see, like, he ain't did it, but you can see how good Wemby's gonna be. But I think like I'm gonna say Chet. I think Chet does some of the similar things. I don't think he's as good as Wemby.
He's not a good rim protector.
I don't know. I guess I'm trying to figure out why.
Wemby
what 7'4" or something like that?
Yeah, 7'4", something like
that.
Like 7'1".
7'1". So is LeBron generational?
Gilbert said he's generational.
How's Michael Jordan not generational, but LeBron is?
But
I give you a clear cut answer to that. Because you got Michael Jordan, then you had Kobe. Who's gonna be out of LeBron to do what he did?
So what was the Jordan? Somebody correct me. What was the Jordan rule? Didn't Jordan make them change the way they defend in the NBA? Am I not?
Hey, all right, then. And then Allen Iverson change the way they handle the basketball, them calling the care.
But
Tim Hardaway had to cross over before Allen Iverson did.
No.
Is Wilt Chamberlain generational?
To me,
yes.
Definitely.
He's generational.
Yes, he's a generational talent. By my book and my standard, yes, he's generational.
Michael Jordan
is a generational talent. And so is Shaq. Shaq is generational. I don't know if we'll ever see a Shaq again. That somebody that dominant. I don't know if we'll ever see that again.
Well, no, you ain't gonna never see it now because of the way the game is played.
It's generational.
The big is obsolete now.
But that's not to say that we can't have a big that can do what a KD does and be dominant in the paint.
So is
no. Jokic is just a great player. He ain't generational though.
KD wasn't generational.
KD was before Wemby, so you could argue if there was no KD, there wouldn't be no Wemby.
No, I don't know about that, man.
What other 7-footer you got out there besides Dirk? But Dirk can handle the ball like KD.
I'm telling you, I'm a new bowl knock down threes too.
Man, you know, stay down somewhere.
I swear to God, I'm gonna see y'all this. I'm gonna see y'all this.
I'm gonna say to them in my last thing. Pre-Achilles, and before he hurt his Achilles, I had never saw nothing like Durant before.
Yeah.
And I mean, sometimes I used to look at him and I'm like, bro, like this ain't fair.
Yeah. So and one could say, like I said, KD was the first Wemby that we seen. Right?
On all levels? Yeah.
Sean Bradley was good too.
Man, yeah. All right, Charles.
Yeah. Hey, we want.
Hey, so on that note, man, we out of here.
Hey, Wace, it was good. It was good chopping it up with you, brother.
Yes, sir, man.
Hey, Hey, we'll be back, man. Y'all be sure to tune in. We love y'all, man. Thanks for welcoming us back.
Tat done went crazy.
Yeah, Ted done hit the sleepy head thing. So good night. Peace.
Peace.